What's up, everybody? It's your boy Joshua Edwards, live from Brooklyn, New York. This is Panthers Pride Television. Look, NFL Combine, here we go. You guys know that the NFL Combine is right around the corner. If you don't know, here just a reminder of the key dates that are popping up here currently speaking. February 18th, we are now officially in the spot where guys can be franchise tagged or transition tagged. The NFL Scouting Combine starts February 27th through March 3rd. March 10th is officially when guys can become free agents and where teams can contact unrestricted free agents. April 21st, off-season workouts begin, and then April 24th through the 26th, NFL Draft Day also kicks off as well. So here are just a couple guys that I've been harping and banging my head on the table, smashing my hand on the table about. Here are just some guys that I'm looking forward to on what they would do in the NFL Scouting Combine. Started off as James Pierce Jr., a guy that has a lot of first-round draft grades across the board. Long, lengthy. I'm looking forward to what he does in the bench press and what his 5-10-5 split is. What is his 10-yard split in the 40-yard dash? If he's a guy that can come out here and bend the edge really well on the L-shaped drill, looks great in his transition in the bag drills, his stock can rise even more. Secondly, Malachi Starks and Azareye'h Thomas. I'm always butchering his name. These are just two defensive backs that I'm looking forward to. Malachi Starks can be the best defensive prospect in this entire class. What does his 40-yard dash look like? Does he have the long speed? What does his 10-yard split look like? What does he look like in transitioning in his back pedal, flipping his hips, ball skills, bench pressing, his 5-10-5 shuttle as well? And then same thing with Azareye'h Thomas. What does he look like? Is his back pedal crisp? What does he look like flipping his hips? Just two of the defensive backs I'm looking forward to. And then obviously Will Johnson, a guy that I have been harping the Carolina Panthers will be selecting with their 8th pick. What does he look like in his 5-10 split? What does his back pedal look like? And what does his also 10-yard split look like in the 40-yard dash? Does he have the long speed? Does he have the ability to transition in and out of breaks? Look forward to what he does in obviously the NFL Scouting Combine. And last but not least, Mike Green. Mike Green can obviously be the best prospect in the class when we're talking premier edge rusher. What does he look like in his 5-10-5 shuttle, his 10-yard split in the 40, and then obviously him bending edges in the L-shaped drill? Now, there's another guy that has been talked about this entire week. A guy that we might dab into and even draft. A 6'5 phenom out of South Carolina. Hell, we might even need to change our name to the South Cat Panthers. TJ Sanders. There have been a lot of rumors and discussion about us partnering or pairing him up with a Derrick Brown. He reminds me a lot of I don't want to say it, but I will. He reminds me a lot of a DeForest Buckner. Now, he's not as physically imposing as a DeForest Buckner, but he's tall. He's long. And what I look for in a defensive tackle, I don't care too much about the sacks. What are you doing at the line of scrimmage? Are you reestablishing the line of scrimmage? Are you causing enough pressure to where quarterbacks can't step up in the pocket? We know when Lamar Jackson steps up, he's out of there. Joe Burrow, when he steps up, throwing dimes. Patrick Mahomes. Hell, even Bryce Young, when these quarterbacks are allowed to step up in the pocket, reestablish of what they're looking, and diagnose the defense and then deliver a ball, that's what I'm looking for. We need a guy that's going to stop the run with D. Brown. This right here is a guy that is going to reestablish the line of scrimmage, 50 total tackles, 4 sacks, 7 tackles for losses. If my defensive tackle is getting a lot of tackles, I'm good. I'm not seeing too many defensive tackles make tackles on the 3rd level. So if my defensive tackle has over 50 and 60 and 100 tackles, he's doing something really well. Right now, I think I got him as a 2nd-round draft grade, just looking at the tape. But he needs to have a big day on Thursday. What does his 5'10" shuttle look like? What does his 10-yard split look like in the 40-yard dash? And obviously, what does he look like in the L-shaped drill and obviously doing bag drills? Now, there's some breaking news. Oh, my gosh. What? Am I reading this correctly? Yeah, I think my guys just put this in for me. Breaking news. Shaq Thompson is expected to be cut and to hit the market. What did I say? What did I say? I told you we are out with the old. We are out with the old, in with the new. Shaq Thompson. They also are telling me that Ian Thomas is also getting released. He won't be re-signed. We know we're getting rid of Xavier Woods and Jordan Fuller. Sam Franklin we might retain, but I've been telling y'all this. A guy that has played 6 games in the past 2 seasons, he's only played 17% of the games he possibly could have played. 43 tackles, 2 tackles for losses, 0 interceptions, 0 pass breakups in the past 2 seasons. And not to mention torn ACL, torn Achilles. It's not too many guys coming back from that at the age of 30, especially playing at the linebacker position, man. It was only inevitable. I've been telling y'all this. This is a situation where we might be targeting Zach Bond. I've been trying to tell y'all this. We're done with the old. Zach Bond had a career year this year. If obviously the Philadelphia Eagles don't franchise tag him, this has got to be our best prospect, best guy available. And Shaq Thompson's only going to clear up more cap space, but that's just what happens when you become a cap casualty. That's what happens when you become a cap casualty. Nobody is shocked by Shaq Thompson being released. If you are, you're not watching the show, you're not watching ball, or you just don't know football. That's just what it comes down to. I've been telling y'all he's going to get cut. I'm shocked that it actually happened, though. And there's also been, just a whole little release on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call. Yeah, him just doing it like just a whole thank you letter to the Carolina Panthers. But who's shocked? Who is shocked? You look at the numbers, compare him to Zach Bond, it's night and day. It's night and day. This is a guy that has played only 17% of games possibly played this last 2 seasons. It was only right that we move off of him. Man, damn. That was a shocker for this morning. In other news, there have been more links with us with Romeo Doubs, man. If you don't know who Romeo Doubs is, he's a young guy. He's still on his rookie contract, but he is also expected to hit free agency. It could be a situation where the Green Bay Packers can actually cut him and save some cap space. $1 million. He's a guy that wears the Guardian cap. I'm not a big fan of the Guardian cap, but hey, whatever floats your boat and, suits you. This past season, he averaged 46.2 yards per game, 46 receptions, 601 yards, 4 receiving touchdowns, and 13 games played. Now, he has had concussion issues. I'm not saying we go out here and sign Romeo Doubs to a 3-year, $45 million contract. I'm not saying that. But I will say he is an upgrade at the wide receiver position. He's a guy that's going to add talent, that's going to be able to get open. He was a reliable target in Green Bay for Jordan Love and just that entire offense. I mean, why would you not look at him? It would be a mistake for us to free up the cap space that we just did with Shaq Thompson and Ian Thomas being cut and not take a look at Romeo Doubs. I think that we're primed to really make a move, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's either going to be Milton Williams, Zach Bond. There are a lot of guys that are going to be hitting free agency. Javon Holland, we might sign him. Trayvon Moehrig. You guys know about the defensive talent that I've been talking about. But adding a weapon like a Romeo Doubs, who would turn a bright eye to that? I think that can definitely be a realistic possibility moving forward. Now, even better upgrade, Deebo Samuel. You guys know that I'm a Deebo fan. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. He is one of the guys that I've drafted in fantasy football. Hell, I even put a damn bet on him this past season in FanDuel to get 1,000 yards receiving, and he definitely let me down. But his trade value right now is very, very, very low. There have been reports that guys are only offering a fifth pick selection for Deebo Samuel. Now, I'm not saying that we should go out here and give San Francisco a third rounder, but 2 fourths, a fourth and a fifth to come back home, 51 receptions this past season, 670 yards, 4 total touchdowns. I mean, when you compare him just to, we already know, you compare him to Adam Thielen, it's like they're very, very comparable. 15 games played, 4 touchdowns, 670 receiving yards, average 47.9 receiving yards per game. He's going for a 5th rounder? Guys, he was an all-pro. I understand that he might be 20 pounds heavier, but he was an all-pro. That means something. That has to mean something, especially in today's age. There's no reason why the Carolina Panthers shouldn't also take a look at him. We just cut Shaq Thompson, so you can't give me a situation where we don't have enough salary for a Deebo Samuel. Trade him for a 4th round. Just reconstruct him to a new contract. Something that's just might be a little more team friendly, and let's just go about our day. He's a guy that can expand the offense. If you trade for him, you don't have to draft a running back. If you trade for him, you don't have to go in free agency for another running back like a Raheem Mostert. Let's make it happen, man. Some shocking news. I'm still shocked that we cut Shaq Thompson. I'm sorry. Just the last 2 years, I mean, just to see it come true, to talk about it, to say that he's going to be a cap casualty, and then for us to cut him, you can't make this shit up. Can't make it up.